DreAllDay.com.
Dre Baldwin, workonyourgameuniversity.com. Topic of this video is nobody cares about your work. And that's, I mean that on a higher level sense. Means people do care about your work. Once you prove that your work actually has produced a desired result, then people do care about your work, which is why I just told you I got workonyourgameuniversity.com. The work matters, but it only matters at a certain point, and only certain types of work matter for certain types of people for certain reasons. That's what I want to make. I want to get all those things clear here in this message. Some of you are, actually many of you are familiar with this phrase. I saw somebody with it the other day. They had on a t-shirt. It said, "Nobody cares, work harder." All of you heard that before? I can't remember who I was. I said, it was just the other day I saw somebody wearing that t-shirt in the gym or something. Somewhere I was at, they had the t-shirt on. Now, I generally agree with agree directionally with that message, that people don't care about your complaints and your challenges and your problems and all the stuff that's getting in your way and causing you to maybe not be producing the results that you're supposed to be producing. And the answer to that is, just keep putting the work in so you can get to the outcomes that you want to get to. Generally and directionally, I agree with that point. I agree with the essence of that message. At the same time, I got to offer the caveat that working harder is not always the solution to your problem. It depends on what the problem is. It depends on how the problem came about and how it could possibly be solved. It's not always solved by just putting in more effort and putting in more just nose to the grindstone, as we say. That's not always the solution to your problem. Harder work on the wrong approach is only going to lead you further in the wrong direction. However, the point that I'm making here in this video is about people don't really care about the problems that you're having in the situation. That part I agree with. People don't care that you ran into some setbacks on something that you're responsible for. People don't even care what the setback was or how you solved it, or if there's a problem that maybe you don't have an answer to right now. All people care about, especially when you're in a leadership position. And when I make these videos, these are for people who are leaders. Those of you who are leaders or you plan on becoming a leader. People don't really care about the process of how it happened. They just care that you produce the outcome, or they will care that you did not produce the outcome, at which point maybe they won't trust you to produce an outcome again. And if you do, then they'll trust you to do more. As the saying goes, people don't care about the labor pains, just show me the baby. That's all people care about. You got the baby. People don't care about your 9 months of pregnancy and how tough it was and how long the labor was. People don't really care about that. They just want to know what the outcome was, what was the result. And I'm making this video really for when I talk about topics like this, really I'm talking about the males who want to step into high positions of leadership, but also the women out there. And I'm not really referring to labor and giving birth, but could be. It applies. It's about producing results. It's about the results-based business. And I guess giving birth to your baby is a result when you're in the process of having one. So when you're facing your challenges and things are not working and you're not getting the outcome that you're supposed to, at least not yet, or it's not going in the direction that you want it to go, at least not right now, don't waste your resources, most specifically your time, your energy, and your focus, telling everybody about how hard it is and how difficult your process is and how you're just not producing right now, and basically, what's the word? Verbally hypnotizing yourself into maybe making it okay to not produce the result that you're expected to produce. Only time that this makes sense is if you're a woman or a child, in which point maybe there's a man around who can help solve your problems, or if you are going through the process of documenting what you're doing. There was this guy who wrote a book, I believe it was James Clear. He's an author. He wrote a book called Atomic Habits. He probably has other books. And when he got his book deal and he was writing the book, like that became the book that blew him up, he documented the whole process, like how he was working on his writing and when the writing was going good and when it was going bad and how he was feeling about it. The only time that is okay for you as a leader to be telling the world about all your problems in the process of producing a result is if that's actually the business. If the business is, I'm just telling you how everything is going while I'm doing it, then we care. Other than that, people don't care. All they care about is that you produce a result. And if you produce results, people will bow at your feet and throw rose petals at you. And if you don't produce results, then people will forget about you and move on to somebody who can actually produce a result. That's just the black and white hard line of how life in general works out here for those of you who want to be in leadership positions. Again, so I'm going to make sure I'm emphasizing that, to make sure that everyone who's listening to me understands I'm not talking to everyone. I'm talking to a certain type of person. Now, when else does the work matter? The next time that the work matters is after you've produced a result that people can see. They can see that there's a result there, and they can see that you're responsible for it. Now, people might, they don't always, but they might be interested in how you did it. Now you can tell them about it. For example, my whole brand is called Work on Your Game. Work on Your Game came about because I was putting out material showing people how to literally work on their games. When it first started, it was for basketball. Nowadays, it's for mindset, personal development, leadership, business, etc. People want to know about the work only after they understand that you have done certain work that has led to a certain outcome. When you prove that your work leads to an outcome, then people are interested in what the work was and how you did it and what steps you took and how can I do the same thing and can you explain it to me, can you help me do it. That's when you get people who go and break their stuff down and start teaching it to everybody else. But understand, you don't get this as a default. This is not a default position you get into. Let me just tell you how to do the work. People got to see that you've done it first. So once you show people that you know how to create a success story for yourself or for somebody else, now if they ask, now you can go break it down and give it to everybody else. But sometimes, depending on what the success is, people don't even want to know how you did it. They don't even want to know how you did it. They just want to know that it's done. And you need to have a strong enough ego, leader, that even as you've created that success and you know you went through a lot to achieve it, you don't feel, let's say, slighted or feel the need that you have to tell everybody how you did it just because you got to get it off your chest and make sure everybody understands how hard the work was and all of that. Again, for the most part, people don't really care. And the only reason that people want to know how hard the work was for you to achieve your outcome is probably because one of two reasons. Either A, they want to do it themselves, so they want to just find out how you did it so that maybe they can shorten their own learning curve, or B, they just want to hear about it for entertainment purposes. So if someone has become wildly successful, let me think of an example. Let's say some movie star, a really famous actor or actress, they go write a book. They put out an autobiography or their memoir or some documentary. They made a documentary about themselves. People do that these days, right? Why do people watch those? They don't watch it because they're trying to become an actor or an actress or an athlete or a politician or whoever puts out these self-made documentaries. We watch it for entertainment purposes. It's entertaining, it's inspiring, it's funny, it'll make you cry, whatever it is. We're just watching it for entertainment so we can turn our brains off. And then you got a small percentage of people who want to hear that stuff because they actually want to do it. So when I was making basketball videos, the players who were watching my basketball stuff, as a matter of fact, I was just in Whole Foods, and there was a guy in there who said he used to watch my training videos back in the day when he played ball. People who were watching my stuff weren't watching it for entertainment for the most part. They were watching it for instruction because they wanted to play basketball too, or they already played, they wanted to get better, they wanted to learn how to practice. So some people watch it for that, others will watch it for entertainment, and everybody else, and that group that I just gave you is only a small percentage of the whole. Everybody else doesn't care. They just care black, white, win, lose. Did you do it? Did you not do it? And while in the world that we live in today, many people try to tell you that there's a gray area. There's gray. It's not all black and white. It's not always black and white like this, and you did it or you didn't do it. It is black and white like this. It is black and white. And when you're in a leadership position, everything is black and white. Done or not done. Completed or not completed. Did you do what was asked or expected or requested of you, or did you not do it? That is the way that you're measured out here when you're at the top position, or you're trying to be at the top position. So even if you're not there yet, but you're trying to get there, then you're going to be told, well, this is the way you're going to be measured. So you might as well start adjusting to these standards now, because if you ever get to this top position, this is the way that you're going to be looked at anyway. So you might as well get ready for it. You might as well be ready before you get there. So this is the game, folks. And if you want to take your game to its next level, and you would like to be coached on your highest level of performance so you can do so consistently and produce results, we have a 4-part framework based around mindset, strategy, systems, and accountability. This is all based on you implementing and actually, again, producing results at a high level consistently. Go to workonyourgameuniversity.com. You can see everything that our program is about, everything you get immediate access to, how you get access to me also on our coaching calls that we do consistently, our physical mailings that we send out, and you can be part of a program that's going to help you take yourself and your game to its next level. Again, that's all at workonyourgameuniversity.com. Work on your game. Dre, all